Yes, there's a cod in my pocket, and yes, I'm also happy to see you. Call of Duty has come to mobile, and not as some card game or MOBA Lite or Match 3 or whatever the hell mobile games are now. It's just COD, and it's a pretty good one. Think of it as Modern Warfare 2 Lite, a very pretty piece of pocket pew-pews that has the potential to answer the age-old question, can you play COD on the bog? After soft launching last year under the working title Call of Duty Legends of War, Activision has been dipping its toe in the oceanic waters with a number of closed betas and early access periods, before then being announced as simply Cod Mobile at GDC this March. Now the game is available again on iOS and Android in selected regions including India, Canada, and lucky old us. The reason for this rather sporadic rollout could have something to do with the fact that while published in partnership with Activision, the game itself has been developed by Timi, an internal studio owned by Chinese media conglomerate Tencent. Hence, the game was most likely designed for an Eastern market first, similar to the Chinese-only COD Online.
You can thank me later. Let's move!
However, Activision Mobile Vice President Chris Plummer has come out and stated that the game was designed for both an Eastern and Western audience and an eventual full global rollout.
For Call of Duty and mobile, this is a perfect match.
Unlike Activision's previous mobile COD release Heroes, a top-down base builder that was taken off digital shelves late 2018, this is the core COD multiplayer experience, distilled into mobile form. There's no wall running, operators, or grappling hooks to be seen here. COD Mobile draws its inspiration from the early Modern Warfare and Black Ops titles, most notably in the map selection, which plays like a best of with fan favourites like Hijacked, Crash, and of course Nuketown.
Hunter killer drone on standby.
A number of weapons and score streaks from more recent games do make appearances,
Care package awaiting orders.
but similar to the upcoming reboot of Modern Warfare, everything has been toned down to fit the smaller, more focused skirmishes, not to mention the smaller mobile screen. Speaking of which, by now we all know the limitations of mobile controls and have come to terms with the fact that touchscreen buttons and digital analog sticks will never come close to the real thing. And that playing with them for any more than 15 minutes can lead to a serious case of raptor hands. That being said, this is about as good as it gets. The game is buttery smooth and pretty forgiving even with the clumsiest of fingers.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
Amongst the numerous customization options is an automatic firing mode that engages when you line up your target.
Hunter killer drone deployed.
Sure, it's a bit like playing with training wheels on, but it's a more than suitable solution to an unsolvable problem. Plus, you can toggle it for different weapons, aiming modes, and game types, of which there are actually a total of 3 to choose from. Along with the classic multiplayer matches, there's a completely separate Battle Royale mode set on a Blackout-inspired island, which can be played in first or third person. It's of course been adjusted for mobile play with class types, auto item pickups, and a smaller map to encourage more action and shorter rounds, but these can still clock in at roughly 20 minutes if you make it to the end, which is a huge slog on your hands, eyes, and your phone battery. It's a totally serviceable mode, but it does suffer a bit when compared to the quick gratification of a few multiplayer rounds. And personally, I'm not sold on the idea of a mobile battle royale unless it's giant circles eating each other. Rounding out these game types is a yet-to-be unlocked zombie mode. There's not much info on it as yet aside from what's been shown off in the Chinese trailer, but it looks pretty substantial and adds to what is an already stuffed COD buffet, which I admit sounds a bit gross, but is undeniably impressive. However, just like an all-you-can-eat seafood dinner, something also smells a little fishy, particularly how the game deals with filling teams. Matchmaking is super fast, with practically no wait time to fill a standard 5v5 match. Even better is how easy it is to dominate the battlefield as you climb to the top of the scoreboard, standing proud as the ultimate victor, and that's when it hits you. Most of your opponents are AI bots. So far, most games appear to only really match you up with 2 or 3 other human players, and fill the remaining slots with bots. Even sneakier is the randomly generated gamer tags that on closer inspection are just combinations of buzzwords and numbers. It's the same situation for the Battle Royale. Similar to PUBG Mobile, finding 100 concurrent players is near impossible, so filling the map with semi-indistinguishable AI fodder is an easy way to keep players from spending hours in lobbies, plus it does add to the overall uncertainty of who is actually real or not. So while it does feel a tad disingenuous at first, I quickly came to understand and actually appreciate why the developers have chosen this as a method for keeping matches active and moving, a vital part of any multiplayer focused game, especially one on mobile. And let's be honest, blasting away bots is actually really satisfying. Hopefully as the game is slowly released elsewhere in the world, we'll start to see less lucky shot 69s out there. Although in the meantime it appears that selecting ranked matches does up your chances of finding more fellow humans to play with. Personally though, I'm really enjoying the game regardless of how bad the rest of my robotic team might be. Sure, I still haven't mentioned the obnoxious microtransactions or Fortnite-inspired battle pass system that constantly pops up encouraging you to buy all manner of weapon skins and emotes, because fortunately most of it can just be ignored. What's left is a free mobile version of one of the most popular multiplayer games of all time, that looks as good, if not better than previous gen, and tries its darndest to play like classic COD multiplayer.
Care package awaiting orders. Predator missile on standby.
Just remember to take a break or two if you want to be able to use a door handle ever again. Clever girl.